I started a coaching program for new life insurance agents. And in this video, I want to really break down with you the exact reason why I started it, exactly what's inside the program, and how I take new insurance agents from literally zero, or maybe you're making, I don't know, 10, 15, $20,000 a month to the next level. And if you get a ton of value from this video, subscribe right now to the channel, find it valuable. So I remember when I first started selling life insurance, I remember getting to the industry and I didn't have a trusted person to go to. And honestly, this led to a lot of mistakes that I made. And the reality is I made a ton of mistakes. And if you guys don't know a ton about me and my journey when I was just starting, what's really tough is I actually didn't know really who to trust in the industry. I didn't have a neutral source that would just deliver information to me and really help me out just non-biasedly. It felt like everybody wanted to recruit me for their own good. But the reality is when I got into the industry, I didn't know this. I didn't have the knowledge of the people just recruiting me to their agency. And so I always was bent. I remember getting recruited to different agencies. As a transparently, I was at 5 different agencies and IMOs in my first 9 to 12 months as a life insurance agent. And I remember I just didn't know who I could genuinely trust. I didn't know who genuinely had my best interest at heart. It just sounded like, it just felt like I was just I was just getting recruited to somebody, into somebody's team and agency, without them actually looking out for what is actually best for me. And even if it's not joining their team, that they would actually say that and be genuine about it. So I remember going through all these agencies, contracting issues. I mean, those were not good. And honestly, I broke a lot of relationships and a lot of trust in it. And I didn't really have that person to lean on. And so that's why I created this, because I was like, hey, when I become successful, when I actually figure this out, when I learn how to generate my own leads, when I learn how to master the sales process, when I learn the exact script to use, I want to give this to other people. I want to use what I have learned. I want to give this to other people essentially, and really help other agents out. And so I remember falling in the industry, selling a lot of premium. You might be right now selling a lot of insurance, right? You're on the top of the leaderboards, but you're not making the real true profit that you make. I remember one of my mentors told me, revenue feeds the ego, profit feeds the family. And it's this ego play, right? You sell a lot of insurance, you make some money, you spend a lot, and you're not really actually netting things. And so the reality is I made the coaching business because, one, I wanted to help out somebody who was like me 3 years ago, getting into the business. They hear all these things, but what is really true? What's the real inside scoop? And also having a mentor that I could have looked up to, that genuinely had my best interests at heart. So that's why I created it, right? To really help speed past the learning curve, because I had to go through a lot my first 9 to 12 months in the business. And it was after that, after I lost a lot of money, after I went $15,000 into debt, that I finally started making money. And so I was like, hey, after I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in my business, investing into myself, spending money buying leads, spending money on ads, asking my wife for money, right, to pay my assistant, because I wanted to grow the business and I even wanted to stay in business, but then also having rent due the next day. I remember that was really challenging, and I wanted to be able to create a shortcut for agents. And so I literally want to get into exactly what the program offers, how if it made sense for us to work together, what it would actually look like to work together, and how I've helped, over 100 agents now come through my coaching program and come into the business and allowed me to help them scale their business. And what's awesome, I'm not asking to recruit you. I'm not asking you for contracts at all. I'm simply just lending a helping hand to help you get to that next level, because I've spent all this money, but I just want to give it to you essentially at a fraction of what it costs me. Because the reality is you're going to pay for it in either time, or you're going to pay for it in money. And most wealthy people on earth, they're not asking for more money years down the line. They're asking for more time, and they wish they were younger, right? The 30-year-old who has money goes to the 20-year-old and says, hey, I wish I had more time. But the 20-year-old goes to the 30-year-old and says, hey, I want more money. And so you're going to pay for it in time or money, or either way, whatever's most important to you. And if you want to get to your goals faster, what I have learned is investing into a mentor, investing into a coach, actually giving somebody, right, money to solve your problem is ultimately just it's just a faster way, right? What you're paying for is speed. Yes, you can go and watch YouTube videos. You can watch and check out my channel where I have close to like 1,000 videos to the, like now, what depending on when you're watching, or more than 1,000 videos at this point, where I've actually, I break down everything for you, and you can go scroll through all that, or you can just take the helping hand to help you get to that next level that you want to go, right? Whether that's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, or even like $48,000, how Matt in his first 31 days hit, right? And he literally invests in the program. He makes some money. He actually makes $36,000 on one $7 self-generated lead that we taught him the methods and the frameworks to actually think through, so he can scale to that next level. And what's crazy is Matt's not just the only one, right? There's Brandon, who did $22,000 with $1,400 of ad spend. It's $1,400 to turn it into $22,000 when he was trying to figure out himself before. And so that's just another person, right? Max, another guy, if you haven't checked his interview out, go check it out, where I actually interview him how he did $19,000, not just 1 week, not just 2 weeks, but 3 different weeks, over and over and over again, with less than $1,000 of ad spend, right? You can have the same information and the same knowledge that I give these guys, that like Gonzalo, who does $5,000 or close to $6,000, it's like $5,600 within 3 weeks of coming into the program, all while generating his own leads, not having to buy from lead vendors anymore, right? And so these are just some of the people, not to mention Omar, who's done $10,000 in a day, not to mention Chase, who scaled his business past $20,000 to $30,000 a month. These are just some of the people who have come through. And check out my channel, where I actually like interview other people like Tina. Maybe you're a single mom and like Tina, who sells 6 policies and does 75K in 60 days with just using the Goldilocks method, will actually teach agents, right? Or maybe you're more so like Ashley, who does 20 to 30,000 a month, and she's like, hey, I wanna do this and also cook dinner for my family, right? So I don't know what position you're in, but these are just some of the testimonials and case studies that have come through, right? And so what they've gotten access to is just the knowledge and the information, right? It's just, I'm going to set up all your ads for you right away, which is awesome, right? So essentially the program's broken down into 4 key pillars and components, right? So the very first one is going to be the marketing side, right? The way, so you're not having to be on the lead buying hamster wheel anymore. You're able to finally generate your own leads, and not just have good quality leads, because a lot of people are like, hey, I need good quality leads, so I'm going to spend $1,500, $2,000 a week, or just buy it all in a lump sum. But the problem is that you over leverage yourself by doing that, and then you have a bad batch of leads, and you don't make the money back that you want and actually need in your business. So simply you either just put it on credit cards and keep leveraging out, and you become over leveraged and can't continue, or you fail out of the business like 92% of insurance agents do. So we set up all your marketing right away and give you the perfect mix of quality, but then also quantity, right? You're having 20 to 30, the goal is to get 20 to 30 new leads actually coming in every single day into your CRM that are brand new, fresh, and exclusive to you. So we set up the Facebook ads, we set up the landing pages, and from the ad, they either go to book an appointment on your calendar, or they'll fill out a 15-question survey, right? Talking about their name, beneficiary, favorite hobby, how much coverage they're looking for, why are they even looking for coverage now, and then from there it'll go into a CRM with AI automation. So this is where the AI chatbot that we've trained up will text back and forth with the client, nurture them to call in and buy a policy or book an appointment with you if they haven't already. The goal at the end of the day with the marketing side is for you to get in front of people, right? For you to be able to present to clients consistently using a one-call close question-based framework, right? So you're not having to set appointments anymore, but you're literally just one-call closing, because you and I both know the more that you sell, the more you get paid. And that's literally the blueprint to actually get to 20 to 30,000 a month, and not just AP and submitted business and top of the leaderboards, but actual profit into your bank account, right? Now after I set up all the ads for you, I actually teach you how to do this yourself. So you're not having to hire people constantly or buy leads or outsource this big part of your business, but you're actually able to have a good stream and good flow, and you fully understand this yourself. Now, once we have the leads actually dialed in, then I'm going to give you my exact scripts and word tracks that's helped me sell over $750,000 of life insurance premium all over the phone, right? And give you the frameworks to think through, right? So I created a whole course, right? And so breaking down the presentation, breaking down the marketing side, a whole Facebook ads course, access to the person who actually taught me all the Facebook advertising. You're going to get all the insights and information, but not only just a course, you're actually going to get like 7 to 8 coaching calls per week, right? Access to me. I do call reviews, I do role plays, scripting. You actually get access to Max, which is he's a coach inside the community. So you're going to get access to the top people that are going to help you get the sales side dialed in, so you know exactly what to say and how to say it to these leads that are coming in. And then the next thing is, okay, once we have the lead side dialed in and the marketing side, then we have the sales side up and running. The biggest question that agents ask me, typically it's between day 30 to 45, is, okay, I got to my goal, right? I got to 10,000, I got to 20,000, or maybe you get to $7,000, right? Your first month, like Josh, where he was making $50,000 per year before, and then in his first month he'd make $7,000 on top of the 5,000 he made. So he 2.5x his income, right? And so maybe you don't hit 20,000. But imagine if you just had an extra $7,000 that hits your account. What would that do for you? And so the biggest question is like, okay, I got to my goal. How do I get to the next level? How do I get like Matt, where he's in day 31, he does $47,000. How do I get to the next level? How do I get to 50,000? How do I consistently get to 50, 100,000? And so that's where I come in and really help you build and grow your business, right? And maybe that's the personal branding side. Maybe that's just helping you grow a team and teaching you the 3-man dream team framework. But really, how do you manage all the cash flow that is coming in? But then also how do you get to the next level? How do I get from 20 to 40,000? Well, I'm going to teach you all the frameworks. And then the very last part is the community, right? Because you're not going to rise to the level of your potential. You're going to fall to your systems and your standards. And so for you, your new systems and standards are going to be making 20 to 40,000 or maybe even 7 figures a year without having to sacrifice your whole life away to actually do that. And that's where the coaching side comes in. You have Slack access, you have course content, curriculum, and information to go through. And this is a streamlined process to get you from where you are, right? And I want you to calculate for a second. Okay, what's your goal, right? So say your goal is $250,000 a year, 20,000, the magic 20,000 a month. Okay, cool. And I want you to literally take out a pen and paper and write that number down, 250,000. And then I want you to write down how much you're making right now, right? Month to month, on average, right? Because all salespeople, it's up and down. But like, well, on average, what have you made the last 90 days? What are you projected to make this year, right? And I want you to subtract that number from what your goal is. And so for me, when I did this math, I remember, okay, my goal is to make $1 million a year. I was at 350. So it's $650,000 that I'm actually losing out on every single year by not knowing how to make $1 million a year. And maybe for you, you're not at that mark, but maybe you're at the 250 mark or 100,000 mark, and your deficit right now is 40,000, 80,000, 100,000, even maybe $1 million or maybe even $1 billion. I don't know. But if you think about that and you do the math and you subtract it and you're like, okay, if I could just give up 1/100th of that, 1/10 of that, would it be worth it if I got that back in the next year? And honestly, the people who are most successful say yes to that answer. And you wouldn't be watching this video all the way through if you weren't the same way. So I want to give you something. I want to simply give you and lend a helping hand to you to get to that next level. So if this sounds at all interesting to you, book a call with me down below. I'm just going to leave a little link. Go ahead and click that, schedule a call with me. And we're actually going to see if it's a fit for us to work together to help you get to that next level. If you love this video, I promise you that this will be one of the best decisions that you make. Because imagine 3 months down the line and you actually made the decision, you made the bet on yourself, you chose to do what other successful people do, which is hire for speed, and you get to that goal that you've wanted. You hit 20,000 a month, right? Imagine what your life actually looks like because you took that step. your family thanking you that you actually took the step and you chose to lean in to the uncomfortability. Imagine what that'll do. So all you got to do, just click the link, the small link down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.